My name is Joshua, and I don't even know how to explain this pain to you. I was just a 10-year-old boy, walking home from school with my books in my arms and hunger in my stomach. I didn't know that a simple decision, bending down to pick that money, was about to ruin everything I ever knew about life. It was a sunny Tuesday afternoon. I had just closed from school, and my stomach was making loud noises. I hadn't eaten breakfast that morning because there was no food at home. Mama had whispered to me before I left, "Just drink water, my son. I'll find something for dinner." I didn't argue. I was used to it. Hunger was like a friend that followed me everywhere. I was walking home slowly, dust biting my feet, when I saw it, lying quietly by the side of the road. 500 naira. Clean. Straight. Unbent. My eyes widened. My heartbeat skipped. I looked around. No one was near. Just cars and noise and the hot sun. I bent down, picked it up quickly, held it like gold. In that moment, my joy swallowed my hunger. I rushed to the nearest shop, bought bread and a sachet of milk. I ate like someone who hadn't seen food in days, because I hadn't. For once I was full, and it felt good. That day, I got home smiling. Mama was sitting outside, looking weak. "Where did you get food?" she asked me. I lied. I helped someone carry something in school, and he gave me money. She smiled faintly. God bless whoever did. But in my heart, I knew I had done something wrong. I should have left the money where I found it. I should have walked past. But hunger is a dangerous thing. It pushes you to do things you wouldn't normally do. That night, something strange happened. I woke up scratching my palms. They felt hot, itchy, like fire ants were crawling inside. I rubbed them together and tried to sleep. But by morning, something worse happened. There was blood on my bedsheet, from both hands. Mama screamed when she saw it. "Joshua, your hands. What happened?" I didn't know what to say. She ran for water. We washed them. The blood didn't stop. No wound, no cuts, just blood seeping slowly through my skin like sweat. My whole body started shaking. "Mama, am I dying?" "No, God forbid," she said, her eyes wide with fear. "You're not dying. Maybe it's infection. We'll go to the hospital." The hospital was a small government clinic. We waited hours. When it was our turn, the nurse looked confused. "There's no injury here," she said. "Maybe he scratched himself in his sleep." They gave me paracetamol and sent us home. But the blood didn't stop. Every night it came. Slowly. Sometimes while I was in class, blood would drip from my hands onto my books. Students started noticing. They laughed. They called me bleeding boy. Your hand is leaking again. Why are you always bleeding? You're not normal." Teachers got tired of sending me to the sickbay. I was now known for the bleeding. I started hiding my hands. I wore socks on my palms, but nothing worked. Then I did something foolish. I picked another money on the road. Yes, I know. I should have learned my lesson. But I was hungry again. Mama was sick. There was nothing at home. And this time it wasn't 500 naira, it was 1,000 naira. I hesitated, but hunger spoke louder. I picked it, bought food again. And that same night, my hands started bleeding like a running tap. The pain was worse. I cried all night. That's when the fear began. I told Mama everything. "Mama, I picked money. On the road. Twice." Her eyes widened. "Joshua, you what?" "I was hungry. I'm sorry. I didn't know it was bad. I just wanted to eat." She slapped her chest. "Oh Jesus. Ritual money. Oh my God." I didn't understand at first. Then she said, "Some money on the ground is not just money. They use it to catch people, especially the poor and hungry. My heart sank. I was only a boy. I didn't know. Mama tried everything. We prayed. We went to church. We fasted. She poured oil on my hands. But nothing worked. Every day I bled. I couldn't carry anything. I couldn't play. I couldn't write. I started staying at home. I started losing weight. But that wasn't the worst part. The worst part was how people treated me. Nobody wanted to touch me. Children avoided me. Adults whispered behind my back. He picked ritual money. His hands are cursed. Stay away from him. Even my closest friend, Daniel, stopped coming to our house. And slowly, my world became a prison of pain, blood, and silence. One day, I sat under the mango tree beside our house and just wept. I wept for being poor. I wept for being hungry. I wept for ever picking that money. I wept because I just wanted to be normal again. Just one day without pain. Just one day where I could hold something without staining it with my blood. Just one day where I didn't feel like a curse to everyone around me. But instead, my hands kept bleeding. And nobody could help me. Not even Mama. And for months, I bled from my hands because of money I picked from the road. Not once. Twice. I was just a little boy, hungry and desperate. I didn't know what ritual money meant. I thought money was money, especially when you had nothing at home. But the bleeding that followed? It stole my peace. It stole my childhood. It stole my joy. Mama cried every day. We moved from hospital to hospital, from prayer houses to native clinics. Some people said I was cursed. Some said I was being punished by God. Some called me a thief. But I wasn't a thief. I was just hungry. I was just tired. I was just a boy trying to eat. The bleeding continued for months. I couldn't hold a spoon. I couldn't wear my school uniform without bloodstains. I stopped going to school. My friends left me. My neighbors avoided me. Even the teachers said, "Keep him at home. He needs deliverance." But do you know what hurt the most? The silence. People stopped asking how I was doing. Even when they saw the blood, they looked away like I was invisible. Even those who once loved me acted like I no longer existed. The world treated me like a burden, and the pain became normal. Until one Saturday afternoon, Mama took me to the church for a women's meeting. I sat quietly in the corner, covering my hands with a rag. I didn't want anyone to see the blood. I didn't want anyone to ask questions. After the service, as people were leaving, a woman approached us. She wasn't a member of the church. She had just passed by and stopped because she felt something when she saw me. She knelt in front of me, lifted my hands slowly, unwrapped the rag. And for the first time, someone looked at my bleeding hands without fear. She didn't flinch. She didn't step back. She didn't say you. Instead, she took my hands into hers and said something I will never forget. "You are not cursed, my boy. You are chosen, and your pain will not end in shame." I stared at her with tears in my eyes. I didn't even understand what she meant. But those words, they felt like a warm cloth on a cold wound. She prayed with us. She took us to her house. She washed my hands. No fear, no disgust, no judgment. Her name was Mrs. Grace. And truly, she became our Grace. She took me and Mama in, gave us food, gave us shelter, gave me new clothes. She paid for a private doctor who ran real tests on my hands for the first time, not just waving anointing oil or shouting at me. The doctor said my condition was rare and connected to exposure to contaminated substances, most likely from objects spiritually manipulated and dropped in public spaces. He didn't call it ritual money, but he said it plainly. Whatever the boy picked had a spiritual and toxic effect on his skin and nerves. But the bleeding can stop. It can heal. Slowly. It didn't stop overnight. But for the first time, I had hope. I had people. I had love. And guess what? The bleeding reduced. Bit by bit. Every week it lessened. 3 months later, it stopped completely. I could write again. I could hold a spoon. I could clap, play, even wash plates. I cried the day it fully stopped. I knelt down in our small room at Mrs. Grace's house and said, "God, thank you. I'll never pick another man's money again. Today, I'm back in school. I'm healthier. I'm happier. And most of all, I've become a voice to children like me, children who are poor, hungry, and ignored. Sometimes I speak at schools telling kids, when you're hungry, ask for help. Don't pick what's not yours. Not everything on the road is a blessing." Mama, she now works with Mrs. Grace in a small catering business. She smiles more. She laughs more. I haven't seen her cry in months. And me? My hands no longer bleed. But they are a reminder that not every money is a blessing. A reminder that silence is dangerous. A reminder that sometimes what we think is help can be harm in disguise. I still keep the rag I used to cover my hands. Not because I miss the pain, but because it reminds me how far I've come. Thanks for watching. Kindly subscribe.